Got a game for you between the rising star Tin Jingyao and John Paul Gomez, who was a grandmaster already at the time. John Paul has been a grandmaster since 2009. He's also been champion. So this guy playing the black pieces has been champion of the Philippines. And then, of course, you got Tin Jingyao. He is, at the time, he was a rising star. He is now five-time champion of Singapore, and he's ranked 339 in the world now, so one of the top players in the world now. But this is just one of the, as you can see, the info down here, played in 2015. Okay, let's go ahead and get right into the game. Tin begins by playing pawn to d4 here, so we have a queen's pawn opening, and then we have knight to f3 by the grandmaster, and we have pawn to c4 by Tin. So we're playing the King's Indian here with the knight to f3, and this is almost kind of an English now. And now pawn to g6 here by the grandmaster, looking to probably put his bishop on g7, as is the normal way to play in this opening. We have knight to c3 by Tin, and now we have pawn to d5. So this is the Grunfeld defense by the grandmaster. Knight to f3. Of course, you want to attack the center of the board. This is always a great move, or most openings, this is a great move to play. And we are completely in book here. We have bishop to g7, as expected. And now pawn to e3, the Grunfeld defense, the Makhachkov variation of the Grunfeld defense. And then we have castles by the grandmaster, and now we have pawn to b4, and this was just somewhat of a rare move. It's not a bad move or anything, but yeah, this was a pretty rare move in the position. Up to this point, many thousands, tens of thousands of games have been played, but with this move, we're down to just like 100, less than 150 games have been played to this variation. We now have pawn to b6 by the grandmaster, and now bishop comes to b3. Again, a pretty rare move, so we're down to just a few games in the database that have had this move, the 365 chess database, that is. And now we have bishop to b7, as you might have expected, with that pawn pushing up. So we got double fianchetto by the grandmaster. Interesting. Okay. And now we have bishop to e2 by Tin, and now this is a unique game. It has not been played before in the 365 chess database by a master, so we're on uncharted territory. This, in the past, people have played rook to c1, and this is the strongest move suggested by the engine, but Tin's move is just fine. And now we have pawn captures, the best move for the grandmaster, and Tin plays bishop captures, which is an okay move, again, suggesting maybe the rook should come here first, but we will continue. We have knight to d7 by the grandmaster, and it probably would have worked out a little bit better to go ahead and move here first. We'll go ahead and take a look at that variation now. Okay, so the grandmaster should have played pawn to c5 here, and then white would be best to capture this direction. So b captures on c5. We'd have b captures on c5 by the grandmaster. White should castle before proceeding. That would be the best in this position. And then pawn captures on d4, and then knight captures on d4. And this would have been a better position for the grandmaster than the way he played it. But we will go ahead and go back to the original position. Okay, so we have knight to d7 by the grandmaster, and now Tin goes ahead and castles, and we have pawn to c5. We have b captures c5. We have b captures c5 by the grandmaster, and now Tin plays rook to c1, and we have rook to c8 by the grandmaster. Although this was a mistake. He should not have played this move. He should have instead played a5, and this would have given him an advantage in the position. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that variation now. Okay, so the grandmaster should have instead played queen to a5, putting pressure on the bishop. Yeah, also pressuring the knight. And this is really difficult to defend. So the best move for white would be to just go ahead and offer a queen trade. And black should actually accept that queen trade. We have knight captures on a4 now, and then bishop captures on f3, messing up the pawn structure around the king as g captures on f3, and then pawn captures on d4, and then pawn captures back on d4. And yeah, white's pawn structure is horrendous. This is terrible for white. This would have been a much better way to play, as we can see. But let's go ahead and go back to the way things happened on the board. Yeah, so the grandmaster played rook to c8 instead here. Yep, he should have played queen to a5 as we saw, but this is the move he played. And now Tin goes ahead and captures with pawn captures on c5. We have queen to a5. Tin does play the best move in the position. He plays queen to a4, but things work out a little bit differently in this variation. We do have queen captures on a4. This is the best move in the position. Now we have knight captures on a4, bishop to c6 now, and now knight back to c3 by Tin. And now knight captures on c5 by the grandmaster, bishop captures on c5, and now we have bishop captures on f3 by the grandmaster. And Tin finds the best move in the position here. He goes ahead and captures the pawn here on e7 rather than capturing the bishop on f3 here. Now we have rook captures bishop on c4 by the grandmaster. Now Tin does pick up that bishop with g captures on f3. Okay, so we have the grandmaster doubling his rooks with rook f to c8. And now we have knight to e2 by Tin. We have knight to d5 by the grandmaster attacking the bishop. So Tin goes ahead and repositions his bishop to d6. And now we have bishop down to b2 by the grandmaster attacking Tin's rook. So he goes ahead and captures on c4. So rook captures rook on c4. We have rook captures rook on c4 by the grandmaster. And now we have rook to d1 by Tin, and knight back to b6 by the grandmaster, and Tin lifts his rook to d2 attacking the bishop. We have bishop back to a1, and now pawn to f4 by Tin, and rook over to a4 by the grandmaster. And now we have bishop to c5 by Tin attacking the knight, although it is well defended. And now the grandmaster he actually blunders here. He should have played bishop back to f6 here, but instead he plays rook to a5. But let's take a look at what he should have done in the position real quick. So the grandmaster should have played bishop back to f6, and he would have been in much better shape here, although he's definitely in trouble regardless. Then the best move for Tin would be rook to c2 here, and then knight to c4 would be best for black. And this would have been a defensible position. Black is not doing fantastic here, down by a couple points. Let's go back to what happened on the board. So yeah, the grandmaster plays rook to a5 here, attacking the bishop. The very strongest move here, rook to d8, played by Tin. The king is forced to g7, and now we have bishop to f8. It was in this position on move 28 that the grandmaster did resign the game. It's checkmate in 3. Nothing that can be done here, so it makes sense that he would resign. But let's go ahead and take a look at those moves. Even though, yeah, the game is technically over at this point, but we'll look at why he resigned. So the longest checkmate would be for the king to go ahead and step to f6. Then we would have rook to d6 by white. The king would be forced to move to f5. And now you could just do a prep move, pawn to f3, there's no checking moves here, so nothing can be done. And now maybe rook captures pawn or something like that, and then knight to g3 would be checkmate. So that is why the grandmaster did resign to this rising star, Tin Jingyao. And please let me know if I'm saying that wrong. Maybe you can tell me, one of my viewers in the comment can tell me how to say that correctly. But this was a game request from a viewer, so there it is. I hope you'd enjoy it. Please like and subscribe, as I will be doing many game reviews. Also, there are tactics, and yeah, let me know if there's something I should cover in chess. Thank you. Bye-bye.